Of gun control and Second Amendment rights also getting a lot of attention this week at CPAC. And just today, a new development in the state of New York. Hours ago, it became law that some members of our military may not be allowed to own a gun. It's part of one of the nation's toughest gun control laws now on the books. And in response, the Department of Veterans Affairs says it will not comply with a new requirement to hand over the names of certain patients, those whom they believe may be a danger to themselves or others. Eric Sean in our New York City newsroom. Eric, what does the law exactly say?
Well, Harris, the law requires that mental health care professionals or that they tell government officials if they think their patient is dangerous. The information would then be used to make sure that people who should not have a gun do not. It was passed in the wake of the horrible massacre at Newtown, Connecticut, by New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. He points out that any information the doctors share with authorities would still be confidential.
Some organizations just say at the beginning of the day all communications are confidential, period. All information is confidential, period. So it's going to have to be viewed in light of their legal structure in the first place.
Now, supporters hope the reporting requirement could prevent future shooting sprees by making sure that imbalanced people do not own firearms, Harris.
Eric, what about the opponents?
Well, some worry that it would have the opposite effect. It could backfire, that it would result in patients not getting help. And it's really touched a nerve, especially with veterans. The Veterans Administration itself will not even comply with the law. The VA says, quote, federal laws safeguarding the confidentiality of veterans' treatment records do not authorize VA mental health professionals to comply with this New York state law. Under the Supremacy Clause of the U.S. Constitution, federal laws take precedence over conflicting state and local laws. And you know, some veteran groups fear that vets could be unfairly stigmatized and say doctors, well, they can take action without sharing the confidential information. Jessie Jane Duff is a former Gunnery Sergeant who is now with Concerned Veterans for America.
Most often, veterans are very nervous about reporting medical issues if they don't feel that there will be a confidentiality. So anybody who's experienced any type of trauma or has emotional or mental issues based upon their experiences in combat or even while serving on active duty may be very reluctant or hesitant to get the assistance that they need.
And it's not just veterans groups. Other mental health experts worry about equating mental illness with violence. They know people should be encouraged to seek treatment instead of adding any extra complications that could potentially prevent someone from seeking mental health treatment.
You know, Eric, I have to think that people watching this may be scratching their heads because we always have to sign, those of us who are not in the military, that HIPAA document, which means that certain things about us just cannot be shared, like mental evaluations.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you see these privacy laws are just tremendous. You have a stack like this when you go to the doctor.
Yeah.
But this effort, of course, tried to aim at preventing what happened, for example, at Newtown.
Eric Sean, thank you.